Okay, second round. Yeah, we've got to keep here. We're on the draw again, but we've got a solid 2-3, and then active treason later. We're going to need to draw a bunch of creatures here to make this work, but that happens. We have, I think, 16 or 17 or 15 or 16 creatures, including the Night Watch. Screecher. All right, that's fine. It's actually more than, that's great. Play this. Then we get to see what he does, and then we get to play an armored transport, and eventually we'll massive raid the Screecher, probably just because it trades with this even after battalion, and it's just really annoying. All right, he's gonna battle. All right, let's see what he's got. Maybe another one. Swamp, Screecher, Extort. What do you got? I don't know. An island. He's got a Metropolis Sprite. All right. Yeah, so I want to offer the trade here. No, I don't. I really can't. Massive raid means that offering trades is usually worse, and active treason also the same thing, although might cut down to one active treason here, given that he's got, well, at least what we've seen so far is 2 1/2s. I mean, getting a blocker out of the way has some value, but it's not. We want to be hitting him. We want him to curve into something huge. All right, he's getting aggressive here. I like this. This is good news for us. He didn't pump, so he's got 4-drop or a 3-drop with Extort that he wants to play. Nothing. All right, so he's just got a removal spell. He could have Dimir Charm, or he could have Grizzly Salvage here. Yeah, we're just going to keep up massive raid here and just attack him for 5. Make him do something. We know he's got something. No? Okay, we'll just take 5 then, I guess. Alright, that was sweet. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, if he just wants to exchange blows here, like he's hit us multiple times with his creatures and we're at equal life total because ours are just way bigger. Not having a 2-drop there was kind of annoying for us, but hopefully he'll play something here and allow us to get a big hit in. Let's see what he does. I want to make sure that he's tapped out or close to it when we massive raid. He does nothing. Yeah, we can't risk the massive raid here, though, unfortunately. So we have to just kind of scale things back. He's missing his land drops, which is good, but we can't punish him for it because we're not adding to our board here. I'm just not convinced that he doesn't have a removal spell here, though, and he's just trying to get us with a Psychic Strike or with or if he thinks that we have like a couple of those madcap skills floating around and he's trying to get us. And I wanted to just massive raid this thing and attack, but the problem is man, if he like Dimir Charms this in response, we're just so dead. All right, now he's getting aggressive again. I mean, if the board stays the way it is, then we're pretty content with that situation. So, ideally, he plays something like Syndic Enforcer here or something. Another Metropolis Sprite. All right, let's see if he pays. Pain? All right, so now we know he has Dimir Charm. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Martial Glory means that Dimir Charm will not kill our guy. He can't kill Skyjack with it anyway. So do we want to active treason? Probably not. Just attack with both. Another thing I can do is I can go massive raid here. Then that forces him to Dimir Charm. He'll Dimir Charm this, and then I can Martial Glory it. So we get in for 5. We get in for 8 this turn and kill his Metropolis Sprite, leaving him with just these 2 guys, but it leaves us with just stupid active treason in hand. Yeah, that doesn't seem that good. I think I'm just going to use the Martial Glory to save our guy. Yeah, I think I like that better. Because if he blocks here, then we're fine because we can Martial Glory to just give this guy toughness. No, then that opens this up. Well, let's see what he does. I think he's just going to block here anyway. He might force our hand and make us go for the massive raid here, but that's okay. Yeah, actually, I can just do it like this. I'd prefer to give this the plus. This is interesting, actually, because if he has Dimir Charm, I'd much rather play around Dimir Charm with Martial Glory, but... Alright, well, this is awkward, but I'm going to Massive Raid this guy, and then, because I think what he's going to do is he's going to go for Dimir Charm on this, and if not, then we get to keep Martial Glory up, and he still takes 2 this turn, so let's see if this happens. Alright, so... Yeah, so that really sucks that I had to, like... Because I could have just done that first if that was our plan, and I could have done 3 more damage to him, which is quite a bit. But I guess I didn't think it through quite well enough, because I really thought he was just going to go for a Dimir Charm here. Maybe my read's just off. It's also a possibility, too. I just don't see why he... I just really confused why he didn't pay for Extort and then just didn't play anything. It just doesn't make any sense. Alright, I think I am just going to battle with this Armored Transport and play another one here. He might just have Psychic Strike, but that just still doesn't add up for last turn because he only had the 2 lands. Just very weird here. I don't know what's going on. Why do you not pay for Extort, man? And then this resolves. Yeah, I'm feeling fairly lost here, but I feel like we're in a decent position. I mean, we have lethal 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, but he's got to screw up somewhere. He keeps on attacking us, which is generally good. Maybe he's got... No, that just doesn't make sense. I cannot figure out what this guy's up to. I mean, I can figure out a few cards that he could have, but I just feel like he would have played some of them by now. I'm just going to keep committing stuff to the board. I mean, I don't really have any onus to do anything here. He can't block these things, so I'm just going to keep battling him here. If he does have Dimir Charm finally, then I can interact with it favorably, but not like he can do anything against these anyway. Okay, Aetherize is fine, but still interesting though, because this still doesn't add up for the other stuff. Maybe if I go back and rewatch it, just thinking about this on the fly though, just has not yielded any. 1, 2, yeah, okay. So we can just recast everything plus a card. This is why Aetherize is not that high on my list at this point. Not that it's an awful card or anything, but it didn't do much for him there, and he had to skip his entire turn, basically. That's pretty unacceptable. Now we're looking to be in a really good position here, because he's pretty much forced to cast something this turn. If he just does nothing, then we just battle. We can attack with all 3 of these with impunity. If we want, we can Act of Treason and swing with everybody. Like, we've got a lot of options now. Alright, Sprite's in. Hopefully he's pumping his Sprite too. Geez, yeah, I'm just super puzzled now. Mind Hydrate, great. So I think we just win. have to take a look, but I think we just win. Let's see what we draw. All right, so we draw a mountain. So we steal Mind Eye Drake, and he can block one thing, so he blocks this. He takes 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, we got him. Yoink. He's going to block the Skyjack. We'll go to the next game. All right, so that was thoroughly confusing. I'm still not exactly sure what he had on that one sequence where we massive rated his guy after blocks. I just don't know. These were very good versus him. I think a Millennial Gargoyle might be good as well, though we've already got an Assault Griffin, which is just like way better. Yeah, I think this is actually probably fine. We can deal with those early creatures. We didn't draw the stuff to deal with them that game, but we actually do have a lot of ways. Yeah, like this, this and this. You know, if he does like a turn 2 guy, we can just kill it. So this is definitely not a mulligan. Drawing a plains would be nice. We can hit our Skyjack and now our Halberdiers and also our armored transport, but we've got plays for days here. All right, looks like he's got a little bit of white going on here as well. There's a Sprite. Don't particularly care about it. I'm just going to play out the Fire Fist Striker here and see what he wants to do. Drawing white has become more of a priority now as we've drawn 2 white cards in a row. But we still have plays. All right, he's not going to attack. And that means we're not going to attack either. Ugh. Because we're just going to play this guy. And say go. Is this where you finally Psychic Strike us? Alright, you did it. And thankfully for us, he milled away 2 non-land cards, so he might get us a little closer to some lands. But he does not. Alright, he misses land drop though, so I'm going to mug this thing and start beating down. I don't want to have to discard if we miss another couple of lands. Alright, so he's just got another one. Sure. I will not beat down. He's getting... I mean, he's at least hitting spells with his Psychic Strike, but they're not really doing much here. The bigger problem is... Okay. Alright. So now we're going to get potentially milled out here, although we have a lot of ways to get out of this situation. It's just all of them do involve drawing some land at some point here. We can race this. We can also just draw any land, and then we can massive raid his guy. So like we've got a lot of great options here, but we're going to need to draw lands. If we don't, none of it's relevant. All right. Not running particularly well here. He's milled away a couple of lands, but we got plenty left. We're at 18 cards. We're going to be doing 4 a turn. We've got like 3 or 4 turns before this thing. Like it's like 3 turns basically to hit a land and have him not have another one of these. Good news is he's doing nothing else, at least right now. I guess that's potentially good news, as he could have more Psychic Strikes, but we're going for it anyway. Let us attack. And we're going to play Armored Transport here. I think. Maybe just play Wojak Halberdiers. I want to use up all my mana. Yeah, I think I want to use up all my mana. That way, if I draw another Plains, I can play 2 guys next turn. right, he says that resolves. Something post-combat? Maybe he's got an Executioner swing or a Grizzly Spectacle. He had Grizzly Spectacle. All right. So he mills another 2 for that. So that's actually about a turn worth. So yeah, we're still in a spot here. If we draw planes, I like our chances. We can play this, and then we'll have backup plan for our massive raid next turn. If we don't draw planes, then we're kind of up against it. Like, we have to just go for it. And if he's got a counter spell or a removal spell, then we just eat it, and then that's it. If he plays a Mind Eye Drake here, that's bad. Oh. All right. And we're just dead, unfortunately. The sick part is that we have 2 active treason. I guess there's 1 in the yard here. But if we had that, we would just kill him. But he still just, I think, kind of foolishly played this out anyway. So what is the play here? We must block this forever. We have to kill this. If he pumps it, we can get it. But he probably won't. This is a great target for Act, by the way, so those are staying in for sure. I just don't see how we can get out of this. This thing is going to abyss us every turn for the rest of the game. But I guess that's no reason not to try. We'll play it out. But chances of winning this game are like probably below 5%. We don't really have an answer to this either. But we can chump block and draw an active treason and kill him. So there's one way we can outright win the game if he does it wrong. All right, this is good. This is very good for us. All right, so we go down to 5 cards, but we get to untap and potentially kill this Metropolis Sprite. And if we get to do that, he's given us a 1-turn reprieve from the Consuming Aberration, and we can actually come up with something here. All right, so Act still in our deck. Nope, he got the other Act. That sucks because we were going to only have a couple cards left too, but... All right, so we have 3 turns to win. Even if we kill this and we don't have active treason isn't out, I think that just about does it. He's going to play Keymaster Rogue, and that actually is going to... Oh, not quite mill us out. Well, we'll see what we draw, but we'll know. He returned it to his hand. I don't know why. Okay, so that is the game. All right, so if we just draw a few more lands, though, I think we're in a really good position to beat this guy. So I'm going to suggest that we do that. I'm wondering if we want another Scorchwalker here as well. Hard-hitting Scorchwalker seems pretty good versus him. Maybe take it out over a Righteous Charge. Righteous Charge does seem good against him as well, though. No, I guess we're just okay. All right, let's draw some lands. Yep, this counts. This looks just fine. So we're going to go Skyjack, Striker, Transport. Skyjack because we're on the play and he might not have a 2-drop. It'll hit him for 3 instead of 2. If he does have a 2-drop, then we just wait and battle with that. So, all right, Skyjack. We're going to need to get a Plains for that Righteous Charge at some point, but that can absolutely just end the game. It won't happen for a while, though, so we're okay. Same opener as before. Probably going to have a Sprite here as well. Oh, it's a Screecher. Okay. And there's our Plains. Yeah, I don't want to trade. So I'm just going to play out this guy actually so that we can get an attack in next turn. And then I'll play Fire Fist Striker, and hopefully we'll have drawn another 2-drop as well. If we can manage that, then we're going to be in a great spot. If he leaves this up, then he's got Hands of Binding. That's annoying. That'll slow us down a bit, but we're thinking big this game anyway, so I think I'm okay with Hands of Binding here. Also, it makes our Righteous Charges really good. Or not Righteous Charge, or Massive Raids. Yeah, I think that even though this doesn't look good for us on this turn, and it's not, it takes away a bunch of potential damage. It really only takes away 2 potential damage, though, because we weren't going to attack anyway. And now he's forced to attack with this thing every turn to keep it live. And that's really good for us. So Armored Transport's really tempting here because I want to use up my mana, but I think we need this Fire Fist Striker more. Because once this guy can start attacking, then things start getting ugly for our opponent. And right now, he's in a bad spot. He's got to figure out what he wants to do. I'm assuming he wants to attack us first. But then he's got to tap a guy down. Then we're going to play Armored Transport, and he's got to start committing stuff to the board. Yeah, that attack happens. That's fine. Probably keep this down. Maybe this. This is the thing that can really attack. It depends on what his follow-up play is. I'm also curious to see if he starts paying for Extort, because that's really nasty when they start doing that. All right, he is paying for Extort here. We're still building up to quite a nice turn here, though. All right, so he's representing Psychic Strike here for sure. So let's battle. And I'm just going to pass a turn because I want to punish him for trying to keep Psychic Strike mana up. And we're going to win this race this way anyway. All right, so I'm going to let him attack, and then I am going to Massive Raid that Basilica Screecher because we've got redundancy here. And this way, if he wants to Psychic Strike it, he has to do it right now, and he won't be able to play anything else for the turn. And so we'll be able to stick Armored Transport and hit him for a bunch. Yeah, he just let that happen, which is fine. Now our Fire Fist Striker should be live, so even if he plays something scary, like that, doesn't matter. All right, now the question is he going to follow it up with the Death's Approach? That's the really annoying thing when they do that. Oh, no, never mind. We don't have any creatures. Ooh, good draw. Could have Smite. Thankfully, we don't care. So that's actually just a completely insane draw for us. So you can't block and you get flying. So you're going to take 7 here, and then we have a free mana free board to jam Night Watch into, so that we can set up for Righteous Charge whenever he doesn't leave Psychic Strike up. Like, this is just very good for us. Because now the Psychic Strike plan for him just isn't realistic. And if we draw a land, we can even play Armored Transport to bait it out. All right, he has Grizzly for our Fire Fist Striker, which is a good start for him, but he doesn't unfortunately have enough mana, so now we get to just overrun him. Or do we? Attack with everything. He's going to take at least 6. No, so then that means that this is lethal unless he has... what's it called? Yeah, I think we go for it here. Our other plan is to play Daring Skyjack, play Armored Transport, attack with everything. These two trade. He takes 6. He goes to 5, and he's facing down Armored Transport, Daring Skyjack's Night, and us having Righteous Charge in hand. I don't really see how he could beat that either, though. If we go for Righteous Charge right now, all of our guys would survive his Balustrade Spy. If he goes for Devour Flesh on us, then we sack a Knight or whatever, but all of our guys still get huge. Yeah, I think we just do it. Because then he's still forced to chump, and he's still in a really bad position. Although we can't play anything else this turn if we do it that way. This is actually interesting. If he has nothing, then we win. If he has Devour Flesh, then we kill his guy and leave us with 3 dudes, and he takes 8. Actually, that seems fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for it here, because if not, we can always fall back on this other plan. So let's do this. And again, if he doesn't have Devour Flesh or some way to kill our dude before damage, like Executioner, Swing, and Smite aren't good enough here, then he's just dead. We haven't seen the only thing that we care about that we've seen here is the Devour Flesh. Oh, he's going to block first. Well, this is interesting because now Devour Flesh doesn't do anything. We just sack the one that he blocks. So that's actually kind of a big mistake if he did have it. All right, he's just dead. All right. So on to the finals with our Boros deck. We'll see you guys in a minute.